Welcome back to JP Roofing Fan Nation. Creating shared memories is one of the greatest things about being a fan.
Even sports memories from childhood can stick with us and remind us of past friends, family, and fellow fans.
For one 412 fanatic, his garage fan cave doesn't just store cars, but memories of his father and the love they shared for their teams.
As a native of Pittsburgh, it doesn't matter how far away from Pittsburgh I am, Pittsburgh's always going to be where my heart is, and those are always going to be my teams. I don't remember not being a fan. I think one of my favorite memories of really getting engaged with Pittsburgh sports has to be with my dad back when the Penguins were on their back-to-back cup run with Lemieux and Yager. I'll never forget standing there as a little kid with him and how excited he was to watch Lemieux play. Growing up, I was a Steelers fan because that's where my parents were from. I'm a Penguins fan, but I wasn't rabid about it. I was just a normal fan like so many from Pittsburgh. And when I was in 8th grade, we were vacationing in North Carolina in the Outer Banks, and my dad and I were out in the ocean just like so many of us, talking it up, throwing a football around, and suddenly we were caught in a rip current together. I was exhausted. Luckily, I had a boogie board. I had that Velcro wristband was still attached to my wrist after getting knocked underwater a couple times. And I pulled myself up on my boogie board, and my dad was about 20 yards from me, and he was treading water. And I said to myself, I can't get to him on this boogie board because I couldn't paddle. I'm going to get off of the boogie board, take off the strap, and swim to him. So as I was fiddling with the wristband to get it off, I made eye contact with my dad, and I was yelling that I was coming to get him. I was going to get him just to hold on. And I got really calm and quiet. I can remember it. My dad made eye contact with me and just told me, Jonathan, go to shore. When he made that kind of eye contact with me and the way that he said it, I knew I had to listen. And so I turned around on my boogie board and took the next wave in. And I survived that day, and my dad didn't. And so it was a pretty dark time in my life. And my teachers at my high school in Bloomsburg pulled me up and made me part of their family, knowing how much I was struggling. Their drive and determination to save my life, just like my dad had done, to keep me going and to bring me back, is a big reason that I became a teacher myself. As I got older, I kind of started, cheering more and more for my teams and being more and more engaged with them because it was a connection to my dad. And so everything that's in my garage here, my little cave, is really coming about because of him and wanting to keep that connection going with him. I have 2 little girls now, and I love bringing them out here and talking about my dad. And it's more than just watching sports. And it's a little piece I get to hold on to every Sunday watching the Steelers or watching the Penguins late on a Wednesday night. And then a really cool thing about it too is that my mom ended up getting remarried to a great guy named Lou. And Lou actually helped me build this. And so it's all really interconnected. My teaching, my dad, my fandom have all really been intertwined as I've grown up. All my students know who I root for. All my students know that on a Monday, if the Steelers lost, not to bring it up. But I also use it to talk about my dad and make that connection and try to encourage them to engage with their parents and to tell their parents that they love them. And there's just more there than just loving the Steelers or loving the Penguins or loving the Pirates. My big purchase was a Sid jersey this summer, and I really had to do a lot of research because I don't have thousands upon thousands of dollars to spend. And I think those of us that like to collect and build something like this do it for the passion and the love of something that's deeper than just the sport.